The Flogcast may occasionally contain explicit content that makes it not safe for work or for minors. It also doesn't provide an excuse to use the same words on Bay 13. Normal big footy rules still apply.
Alright, so this is the Flogcast for round 21. Fyfie joined by Ant,
G'day.
Teach,
Hello.
Penal,
Howdy.
Haduken,
Oh, I spilt my Kool-Aid.
back for his first episode basically since the season started, Bender,
Yeah, I was waiting for a couple of wins to get on the board so I could downhill ski my way into the Flogcast. But thank you for having me again.
and Dane.
Oh, yeah, how did I know you were going to run that? So is that going to be this round's joke? We're going to run with your incompetence of being able to fill out YouTube information correctly?
Oh, Daney boy.
Yeah, Dane. Just back off, Dane. Just
Okay,
get into the groove of things.
Leave Daney alone.
Hey, at least if you go by the name Dane, Suze will get confused when she reports you to Norf, so they won't cancel
Oh,
your
yeah,
membership.
I won't lose my membership.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, there's some upside to that. Okay.
Anyway,
What
And
about
welcome
the,
back,
the
Bender.
selfies on the toilet?
After a long hiatus, we welcome back one of our foundation members in Bender.
Well, thank you very much. I feel very welcome.
How's the gooch?
Yeah, freshly shaven. I'm heading over to Sydney this weekend. So I'm going down to watch the St Kilda and get smashed by the Swans. I've never been to SCG before, so I thought I'd better fit in with the Sydney crowd and keep the gooch nice and clean.
That sounds like goo with a lisp.
Wait a minute. You're going to Sydney to watch St Kilda play while Essendon play West Coast in Melbourne.
No, I'm going to Sydney for a Bucks party, and so we're just stuff to do. We're going to go to the footy and check it out.
So that's why you're shaving your gooch.
It's for the footy,
Well-
not for the party.
Yeah.
The gooch shaving is for the footy.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah.
Well, it's a St Kilda
What
game.
are you going to be doing at the footy with a shaved gooch?
Well, it's
Sydney,
Sydney. I
so-
thought that's what you do there. I thought that that's custom. I thought it's
No,
local.
it totally
custom.
makes sense. It's cool for Sydney, and the Saints can't burn them.
anyway, we will begin with, Geelong managed to break the Purple Puffs curse this week, but they had a bit of help.
Teach, do you want to go first?
Oh, well, you're forcing me to go fucking first, aren't you? Because otherwise you talk over the top of me. No, we did everything possible to hand them victory in the second half. We were fucking shit. We handballed directly to their own players, and Fremantle are very, very good in a tight contested condition. And we just handed them the football and just like, oh, what do you want us to do? You want us to kick the winning goal for you? And they couldn't do it themselves, and well, we got out of jail. We absolutely got out of jail.
You must have been impressed with some of your youth, though.
Oh,
I would
yeah.
thought he'd be a bit concerned, to be honest.
No, they were good. Armstrong, Penal, and Stevic were great finds. If they're available for you for finals, you could go all the way.
Isn't that just the one guy with the three names?
No. Those are three new guys. I've never seen them before, but
Shut up,
they had a
shit.
massive
You're
influence.
talking
on
about the
outcome.
umpires.
How did Hall Smith go? Oh wait, he got subbed out.
We won the fucking game, and that's it. Fremantle, no premiership. No premiership for you. Come back 2 years.
It's actually great timing that Bender's on this week because he started the thread straight after that about Pav. Pav did it again.
I thought that was just a generalisation for Pav and for Mundy. Whichever the offence would be taken from, to be honest. I just thought I'd go with it. But yeah, I did like that gift that came up with Pav putting his hands up in the air and then realising at the last second that it wasn't going to go
And with
through.
all the Fremantle crowd behind him.
Yeah.
He was beaten by a nose.
I actually had to pay $250 over the weekend for the smashed windows in my lounge room because Geelong were just so shit in the last quarter.
Didn't you go to the game?
Yes, I did. But
How did the window smash in your lounge room if you had the game?
Well, we know what happens when Geelong win.
I
He was on his way home. He goes, "Oh fuck, I've been
Goes
robbed
through the
again."
roof.
I was actually there. I was pulling my hair out because we just gave the ball over to them over and over, and they're pretty good, Fremantle, and they have our number. They just know how to beat us. But we gave them the opportunity, and they couldn't take it.
So, Teach, serious question. How do you feel about Stevie J kicking people in the head and putting his knee into people's stomachs and shit like that? Are you cool with that? Are you alright with it?
Of course he is.
That's absolutely fantastic. Kicking purple poof in the head is exactly what I wanted every single
Fender, have you been listening to the Flogcast? Every week he talks about kicking people in the head. He fucking done. And
But I just thought that's that's his own personal time.
Bandwagon. I mean,
He's so pumped they've finally taken his advice.
And
We're going to
he
kick
got
him in the
off.
head, and every week he goes home
He got
disappointed it doesn't happen, and then this week it did.
Anyway, the only reason Teach has been going on saying how Geelong handed Fremantle the game, they handed them the chance. No, they didn't. Fremantle were never in with a shot because the umpires gave that game to Geelong on a silver platter. 25 free kicks in a half. That is unprecedented, and just along with Stevie J getting off, which is ridiculous, it's just an example of how the entire competition seems to be rigged in Geelong's favour at the moment.
That 25 free kicks at half-time was more than any team in that round had for an entire game.
Ooh, yeah.
Up to that point.
Ooh, yeah.
Yeah,
Until West Coast got a lot of
Yeah, I
free
was going to say, until the Eagles played the next day, then we eclipsed it.
which we could segue to that game if we want to, if we've got nothing else on Geelong.
Well, apart from the accusation from a Hawthorn player that Geelong are the most looked after in the competition, which is interesting because it used to be Sydney, but I'm happy to move on from that.
Did you see Stevie J? I mean, he goes and tackles the Dockers player to the ground, initiates contact, and gets a free kick for it. That was the game right there.
Ooh, yeah.
That led to a Geelong goal.
Yeah.
So you are proud of the fact that your team ducks, dodges, dives, and cheats to win games of football?
Right.
I would be
Right.
ashamed.
Right.
Geelong
Are we talking about
supporters,
the Eagles or Geelong here? Who are we talking about?
Are you ashamed of Jordan Lewis?
Geelong supporters should be ashamed of that display on the weekend.
Exactly.
because
It shouldn't
get-
matter how many behinds you rush to win the grand final. Cheating is cheating. Come on.
Give the
said the
points
SN
back.
supporter.
We didn't win a grand final off the back of it. So.
2 weeks. We can,
On the back of
weeks,
cheating the fucking salary cap. That's
Oh
a
no, that's
than
proper
doing-
cheating, man. That's not like in-game cheating.
That's
yeah,
Carlton
yeah.
cheating.
That's a whole
That's
different
okay.
level.
Austin Hines was not against the rules at the time.
2 weeks. We are going to take you down to China.
Apparently, neither is Stevie J kicking people in the head. So we can move on.
Yes, let's move on. Bender, tell us about West Coast, because this was, it was kind of foreseeable, because Collingwood are complacent like that, but I don't think anyone expected them to lose by 10 goals.
No, yeah, it was. We carved them up. It was totally unexpected. I went there thinking that the Eagles would drop their usual game as they usually do to Collingwood, but it was it was very surprising. Even Collingwood made our midfield look top end. It was horrible.
Surprising.
Wait, can you say that again?
Which part?
The bit that didn't make sense.
Collingwood made their midfield look top end.
Yeah.
That actually did make sense.
Yeah, that was how bad Collingwood were.
Serious?
This wasn't
They made
surprising.
Pritis look like he was elite.
Yeah.
Yeah, Pritis fucking tore him apart, man.
I
Oh,
called
he's-
weeks ago.
You don't
What
need
would have
much to
done?
make Chris look like a superstar because he is, but they made fucking like Gap look like a superstar. I mean, fucking
He's your
Gap,
boyfriend.
he's basically Tambling
He's your
2.0.
boyfriend.
Waste of a big four.
They let
That's-
Nick Nat
that's
only
really
take
harsh.
3 marks. 3.
I didn't realise Nick Nat knew he took marks, except against North in the last leg.
Yeah, but he did. He took
And
3
did
marks
you
and
see
kicked
that
2 goals.
hanger he took over Blair as well? Because that was a big one.
He's standing on Blair's
yeah.
shoulders. How much higher did he get off the ground?
Yeah, I don't know. He basically, he only goes up to his waist or something, and he made him look good. But no, I was, they were, you could see, well, I've never really noticed before how badly that Collingwood's midfield only run one way. But it was,
You
apparent.
know, I mean, West Coast are building and they're getting better, but Collingwood is shit.
Both shit teams, I think.
That result gives
West Coast are
Richmond the
less shit.
smallest chance of making the finals now.
Nah, they won't.
Well, it's them or Richmond for 8th spot, I think.
Yep.
On the Tiggy train.
It is amazing that there is one game and percentage separating 7th to 12th with 3 games to go. I don't know the last time it was like that. Which actually says that the 6 teams in the middle group...
I can't help but feel that
all
Penal's made
ordinary.
up his mind who it's going to be. And more importantly, who it isn't going to be.
But Fyfie, are you excited? Richmond are in
No,
one
we
of the
dropped out of the finals 7 weeks ago when we let Petrie kick more than 2 goals, okay? That was the season then.
Oh, so
The
he
Tiggy
wasn't.
train,
So he wasn't
Fyfie.
taking
The
the piss in
Tiggy
that
train.
game? He
Sorry?
wasn't taking the piss in that game?
No.
No, he kicked those ones legitimately then.
Yeah, that was before he started trolling us with that St Kilda game. Everything after that's
Richmond are
irrelevant.
destined to beat Sydney and make the finals and make Geelong on top of the ladder. That's what's going to happen.
You're not going to... We got more on West Coast? Or...
Not really. They're not going to make finals. Sorry.
I can't
but-
believe
They might.
I'm not fussed, mate. I've been at least parading it around that I wanted to finish as low as possible so I can get better picks. I'm going to bring out the tank. But I can't believe the Eagles are and Richmond only 1 game out of the 8. It's horrible.
It says how much everyone else has fallen in a heap that both those teams are close. But if West Coast beat Essendon, all of a sudden they become favourites out of that group.
Yeah, well, at least
Yeah,
they're
that's
having a crack. You've got to be happy with that.
That's crazy.
Yeah, look, it's 6 of one, half a dozen of the other. I'd like them to hit form and hopefully build something for the start of next year. But then again, I know we're not going to get any better with the group we've got. We need a decent couple young players, you know what I mean? So
Well, I
tank-
wouldn't be trading with Geelong then.
well done.
Alright, we'll go to, Richmond also technically in the finals race after beating Essendon, and Essendon all of a sudden way
In
back.
The
Correct.
Tiggy
Yeah.
train.
Wow, weren't the Tigers good? Fyfie, weren't they good?
No, they bloody weren't. We were just really shit.
No,
You were
Fyfie,
okay,
did you
but
go to the
we
game?
were really, really shit.
Yes, I did. Yeah, Penal, congratulations
You
to
weren't
Penal for
supposed
picking
to
the
go.
double, tipping the double. Yeah, I know, but I
Oh.
changed
Even though
my
Greek
mind.
was there,
Yeah.
you went anyway.
Yeah.
Ah, so you did a teach and changed your mind at the last moment.
Oh.
But it wasn't a tip. See, one's
But yeah, but
prediction,
your
one's-
word is your honour on this program, and if you don't stick to it, then you lose all credibility.
I said it was potentially, Jared, wait, it was potentially dependent. on
Fyfie has
playing.
always stuck up to his word, so you can't cut him down.
You got to watch my.
He
simple
doesn't
language
need
where I
cutting
give
down,
myself
trust
an
me.
out. Non-committal language.
So, so now the next question I have to ask Fyfie. With Hardwick looking like getting your team into the finals, how is he as a coach now, man?
He doesn't look like doing that. He looks like getting us to 10th.
So Fyfie, this is the first time since 1995 that Richmond have won this many games in a row.
It is, but we've also played some pretty easy teams along the way.
Yeah, but you still won.
Yeah, but I don't think we're at
Not
a
on the
goo
Tiggy
stage
train?
yet.
Oh, it's never too early for goo.
Look, the Tiggy train is driven by Tiger Boys,
Toot,
who one
toot.
can't change the tyre.
Well,
if it
No,
falls off.
that's logical, Fyfie.
And
There is
two,
no
if I'm not
tyres on a
riding-
train. That logic is sound. Get on. Toot toot.
No, Tiger
They
Boys
can't
is
do
driving
it
the
unless
side
you have
driver
800% of the
like a
spot.
cunt.
I can vouch for that because I know everything about trains.
But yeah, anything else on that?
It was shit. I'm sorry, but Essendon was just shit. It was
You
terrible.
know what really annoyed me? The fact that Carlisle couldn't take a fucking mark. Why couldn't you do that 2 weeks ago?
Because he was
Fucking
playing an actual hard back.
I think Hardwick, funnily enough, actually worked something out about Carlisle. Is he doesn't want to chase hard because Rance got up
is
the
a
ground
pretty
more
good
than he usually
defender,
does,
though,
running
so,
off him.
You know.
He is a good
Well,
defender, but he
Carlisle
doesn't
is
usually
coming
push
along.
No,
that
he's
far
normally
forward.
up the back coming from behind, isn't he?
But look, Essendon just shat themselves a little bit in that game, and it was really frustrating and very annoying to lose.
Are we starting to see Asada fatigue again with Essendon?
Oh,
Yeah.
probably. No, not really. I don't think so.
James Hurd's back in the country. They're clearly distracted by his
Performed.
presence.
It's like casting a weird pall over all of Windy Hill and Essendon. It's distracting to the
What do you mean, Windy Hill? You're...
We're
Yeah,
everywhere.
that has nothing to do with the Bowls Club. What are you talking about?
Anyway, is that everything on that?
Carlisle should have decked Newman properly rather than just grabbing him around the throat.
Yeah,
that was a nice
how come
double
Carlisle didn't get 4 weeks
Oh,
for that?
actually, no, there was one thing, and it's a little thing, but goddamn, Courtney Dempsey, tackle of the century in the middle of that game.
That wasn't
Bang.
bad. Yeah.
That's about it. Now I'm done.
I saw a better tackle, but we'll move on.
I still can't get over the fact that Carlisle did not get suspended. I mean, that was just a bad look for the game. He should have got 4 weeks for that.
It's not like he tripped anyone.
So, Fyfie, did any Richmond player whack anyone this week?
Yeah,
No,
any
because
courageous
because
tough
it
acts?
was Carlisle who had the brain
Well,
fade
no, I
first.
reckon Newman actually did whack him, just nobody saw it. That's why he went in the brain fade.
Anyway, we'll move on to the next game, which was, well, Port Adelaide are possibly on the slide more than anyone else, but they're just lucky they started like a house on fire. Otherwise, they'd be back in the group with the other 6 teams.
Well, we don't have Marto with us like last week, and
I wonder why.
Man, that was depressing last week. Mato was about to cry.
Well, I mean, he gets pretty angry, doesn't he? But anyway, they lost again, and they might miss out altogether.
Oh, that's very unlikely. They got someone very beatable, I think, and they're 1 game from safety. Might be the Suns this week.
They've got Carlton Adelaide, and if they win that, they're safe.
And Gold Coast this week, so they're 1 win from safety.
They should win.
They won't fall
sure.
out, and their percentage is huge, isn't it?
Gold Coast is shit.
It's pretty
Carlton.
good,
Well, their percentage is better than
126.7.
Geelong's,
That's
but
better than
not
everyone
exactly
else
high.
in the chase group.
yeah, no, they should be. I would be stunned if they missed
Yeah,
it.
it's probably mathematically possible, and that's about it.
They'd need everything to go wrong. I mean, they'd need to lose to a team with Cameron Wood in it, or a team with Warnock in it, which is just unfathomable.
But the Colas, look, they didn't smash them, though.
Well,
It's
and
not like-
that's the other thing is they were playing, Sydney, who are pretty good, running around at the moment. Kind of, what is it? What's that term? Premiership favourites. I think that's the one that they tend to chuck around with Sydney.
And they weren't far off it for a long way through that game.
Yeah. So
And Port were very inaccurate, 7 goals, 16, and the umpires were against them the whole game as well, as they tend to be when you're playing against Sydney.
Are you going a
You
little
with
bit
the
plugger on
umpires.
us?
Shut the fuck up. They're just running out of gas, Port Adelaide, and I can't see them troubling anyone, even in the first week of the finals.
I reckon they could trouble Geelong just because they've got the youth and.
Well, they
the
won't
to
play
overrun.
Geelong because they'll be out.
They'll play them in week 2, I think, once Geelong loses the qualifying final to either Sydney by 110 points or to Hawthorn.
Well, no, maybe. Well, who's going to finish?
Oh, he's backtracking. There's no get fucked.
Who's going to finish fourth and play us?
He's heard
Will
those
that be Hawthorn?
possibilities. He's gone, oh,
Hawthorn
really?
finish fourth and
He's
play
on
us.
the ropes.
If Fremantle loses all their remaining games and Norf win their remaining 2 or 3, they might pinch fourth.
Oh, don't start. him.
We'll pause for laughter then.
Yes.
I'm waiting for a
Yeah.
comment.
I think Waite's more likely to have a consistent season than North are to have a consistent 3 weeks.
That's fair. I'll pay that.
I'm just interested in who's going to finish fourth and play Geelong in the first week of the finals. I don't know.
It'll probably be the Puffs again.
Yeah, you'll lose this.
We better not play them at Kiddingly Park.
Fremantle will finish 4th and play
They beat you at the MCG as well,
in week 1 of the finals.
2012.
Oh, no.
Geelong-
What? What's wrong? Just kick him in the head like you always do. Go on.
Yeah, Stevie J will do it. Don't worry.
Fuck 'em.
Foy for foy.
Anything else on the Colas versus Port?
Free for free. No, I didn't even watch this game. I've got
Pretty much,
very,
it ran
I've got
the
very
script.
little
There's
tolerance
nothing
for Sydney
special.
or Freo games, to be honest.
Yeah, I watched more of the Puffs game, but yeah, the Colas are just kind of... Tippett got subbed, that was interesting. The Adelaide fans booed him. There were the Adelaide fans, as Penal booing.
I'm on fire this week.
Yeah, but they're just struggling, not getting
High-five
enough out
yourself.
of their second tier Port. Like, some of their better players, Boak still played well, I thought, from what I saw, but, Wingard's dropped off, Polex dropped off,
Would you
Schultz
suggest
and
that their
Westhoff
youth's
weren't
looking
quite
a little
there.
concerning?
Wingard's mind is already at Hawthorn, basically.
Where the hell did that rumour come from? Like, seriously. What is it?
He's
Every
not
man
leaving
and
South
his dog
Australia. That's like the
supposedly is
gooeyest
gonna play
rumour ever.
Yeah.
It's literally the gooeyest rumour ever.
Oh, someone started a goo thread on the Bay hoping for like a Hawthorn circle jerk about Wingard coming, and then all of a sudden all the Adelaide and Port fans came in and started shit fighting with each other, so kind of defeated the purpose of the thread.
Yeah, I'm bored.
Alright, speaking of shit fights, let's move on to the Crows smacking Brisbane. All of a sudden the Crows are in the box seat if they beat Richmond and North.
Do no
Just
teams in the 8 want to make the 8?
Well, they're just like North Melbourne. They can turn it on and just, completely cream sides, and then they just choke it up and they lose. So,
Brings that.
do you say
Brisbane
about
brings the
them?
best out of people, I think.
Who out of Adelaide and North have the better captain?
I don't
well,
even
that's
know
that.
Adelaide's
that's
captain.
a silly question.
Oh, don't make me pick between Van Berlo and Swallow.
Dangerfield.
Oh,
Dangerfield's a better captain.
well, Van
Dangerfield has
Berlo's
the bigger
injured.
head, that's what's right.
Oh,
They
can
absolutely-
any of them point with any vindication and leadership like Maxwell can?
But it
No.
was,
No, but
Oh,
then,
no, they
but
can't.
then
There's
Maxwell
only
has a
one Nick
premiership and they don't. So that's.
I couldn't even say that properly. That's just so dumb, the whole point.
if you listen to Les
Let it go,
Norton,
Dane.
it was really hot up there in Queensland, but Adelaide were 2 players down, and they still managed to win by 100 points.
They skied all over them.
They did.
Well,
Oh,
didn't
look, it's
Leppich
alright.
say that they all gave up, basically?
Well, except Tom Rockcliffe, he got 40. He was amazing.
Well, I thought he was ineffective.
Well, that's what. This is the debate I'm having with all of the Brisbane supporters. 40
all
touches.
5 of them.
Yeah, I know. It's pretty crazy. 40 touches. It's amazing in a 105-point loss. You'd think you
Yeah.
could have at least managed, I don't know, more than 2 centre clearances.
So most of his touches were in the back pocket, were they?
It would appear, and was it 27 uncontested? A lot of give and gets, They're all going, oh yeah, but Ablett did the same thing. So yes, but Ablett's a Brownlow medalist who's won premierships. Tom Rockcliffe is a fat dude from Brisbane. It's just it's not the same thing.
Anything else on that game? Lynch ducked into that tackle, which was pretty nasty.
Yeah, he did a bit of a
Yeah.
Selwood and actually copped it.
Yeah.
That actually could, and it's going to happen sooner or later. Someone's going to duck in, and they're just going to paralyse themselves.
They need to
And-
start fining them for that,
Yeah.
staging. You can get it for diving, you can get it for ducking. Fine them.
So he's a dirty diving.
Just pay a free
He's not
against.
dirty.
That's problem solved. The minute it starts disadvantaging your team to start ducking, that's the time when ducking will go out of the game.
Yes.
Right.
And
Just
so
get
would have
Elmer
become a
Fudd
Tom
as an
Rockcliffe
umpire.
type.
No, Selwood will be delisted because he'll have no fucking redeeming qualities whatsoever once they outlaw ducking.
You would pretty
We've
much
got
it would
two
be the end of
supporters
Geelong
of the
West
duck
Coast.
groups here. Yeah.
Yeah, you can get fucked. I'm not biting.
No
Right.
bites from Bender.
I'm proud of the ducking.
Ducks
I mean-
don't bite.
No, truth be known, I despise it.
Unlike Geelong, where they celebrate
We've
that
got
shit.
Pure Polo at Hawthorn who does duck a bit, but at least he has other
He's a
things he
weak
can do,
shit.
like mark and tackle.
He's a
Selwood-
dirty duck, that one.
He's a-
Selwood
he's a
has
weak
nothing
That is
else.
racist.
Selwood
That
can
is
do
racist,
nothing but
Dan.
duck. He's got no other features to his game.
Well, and that mark of his really, it was hands in the back.
Dan, that's racist. You can't.
Yeah, I
say
know,
he's
that's why.
dirty.
You let those ones go.
Okay, Sue says that's racist, so you
Oh,
can't
well,
call
Sue's
him
can
dirty.
get stuffed.
Anyway, let's move on to, very briefly, the Suns appear gone,
No Ablett, no
They are
Suns.
gone.
and Carlton are rejoicing in this wrecking ball phase they're in. They want to kind of kill a few teams, Essendon being the last one.
Yeah, they won't. They'd better
Exactly.
bloody not beat us.
That's typical Mick, though. He's going to go down angry and
I
fuck
will
up someone's
Cthulhu
finals.
if we lose to Carlton in round 23.
But that just shows how shit St Kilda are, really. The Suns were back to their terrible football they played against Brisbane. They did it against Carlton. It just shows that they didn't turn the corner against St Kilda. St Kilda are just really fucking shit.
Which makes you wonder how bad Fremantle are. And hence how bad Geelong are.
Do you reckon it's maybe that just Ross Lyon seriously just feels bad for what he did to St Kilda, so he just throws games? It's kind of like gifting them, like, oh, I'm sorry I screwed your future for 15 years. Here, have a
I don't
win."
think Ross Lane gives a shit, really.
No, he's like
No,
he's
it's
he's like the most heartless
second
coach
time
ever,
they've done
apart
that.
from James Hird.
He gave basically he sent a thirds team over to give Kaczynski and Milne a send off. It's like, come on.
I just don't think he gives them any respect and doesn't give a shit.
Yeah,
Mm.
I think it's that. He said, "Oh, they're going to play Cozzy. Cool. We can make this deal."
We're going to fucking kill them next week.
Yeah, they turned it round, and now Judd's convinced to play for another year because they have no one else.
Oh, great. Need more dirty players in the competition.
His shoulders will break if he has to carry that team in for another season.
Fletcher has more to offer than Judd does next year. Put it up.
Let's move on to... Well, we're talking about St Kilda winning the spoon. Bulldogs put a nail in that coffin this week.
What a great game that was. Yeah, he you guys laughing, but it was a fast, entertaining game. The Dogs had a bit of pace. We moved the ball well. What a gun stringer is. He must have stunk out there because nobody wanted to touch him. Absolute favourite part of the game was the fact that St Kilda had 33 kicks to 19, yet according to the St Kilda supporters, they were robbed.
Oh, free kicks. Yeah, it's the old moral victory. The neutrals on the main board said so. But according to Plugger, St Kilda are going to be the best wooden spoon team ever.
Well, what if they finish second bottom? Does that mean Melbourne and or GWS are the best wooden spoon team ever?
I would think so, yeah. So those other 26 St Kilda
I
teams.
don't know about that. I mean, Gold Coast won the spoon once with Ablett.
They
So
might actually
that's a
put
pretty
the spoon
good.
in a
Yeah,
frame or something.
I don't know, but apparently that makes them the best wooden spoon team ever. I would say that considering St Kilda have won over 20% of the wooden spoons, the odds were in their favour that they would be that team. You know, it was just statistically probably going to work out that way. But
It's actually really good that, like, you know, that St Kilda are giving Lenny a proper St Kilda send off and giving him a spoon, because I don't think he's never played in one at St Kilda. So, you know, it's that tradition. You know, they're really giving it their all.
you haven't been a
how-
true St Kilda player until you've played in a wooden spoon.
Exactly.
Right? Yeah.
Stewie Lowe,
But also-
Hart, they all did it.
Also on Lenny going, and you got to say, how long has Rue got left? It's only going to get worse for St Kilda.
Oh,
They've
when
got a
Rewald
massive
goes-
generation gap between
Once
their older and
Rewald
younger
goes,
players.
then they're
Their
relying
youth's
on
even worse
Stanley
than
to hold up
Geelong's.
the forward line. Fucking Reece Stanley.
Yeah,
Oh,
I think
God.
Reece Stanley, I saw him on the weekend. He basically knocked himself out. That's all he did the whole game.
They found a Cozzy replacement.
He's no Liam Jones.
Wouldn't it be funny if the AFL actually had legitimate wooden spoons that they gave to the club that came last, and that they had to have them shown in their little trophy room at their club? Wouldn't that be funny?
St Kilda would sook and moan, I imagine. Carlton over the last decade would too.
Freo would love it. They'd finally have something to put in their cabinet.
Have
That
Freo
would
ever
be
come
good.
last?
Yeah. Anything else on the Bulldogs, Saints?
Also, Jake Stringer's finally got his rising star after a couple of weeks of kicking bags of goals. I think Mark Stevens' pleas have been answered. He's now the rising star for this week.
How did we not hear more about these supposed Mark Stevens Twitter meltdowns?
He's been every week. He's been upset. He cracked it over the Essendon game when Stringer kicked 5, and I think he'd kicked a bag of 4 earlier in the year or something like that. And Steve-O's not happy.
Is he a doggies man? Is he?
He is. He's as doggies as Robbo is Essendon.
Oh, okay.
So
Did not
But
know that.
yeah, he wasn't happy. So there you go. He's got his man. And as I said in the thread, I wanted Stringer to miss out again just to get his meltdown, because that would have been absolutely priceless.
Has
I think
Bontempelli got one?
yeah, he got
Yeah,
one
yeah.
weeks ago.
Yeah. He's
About the
probably
second good
favourite
game
for
he
it.
played. Might have been the Melbourne game, actually.
No, I know we love to shit talk a lot here, but I love the look of Jake Stringer. Kid's going to be a gun.
No, he does. Like against the Bombers, he was bloody good. He concerned me greatly. Actually, Teach. Just a quick question: how many Geelong players have had a rising star this year?
Oh.
That's a very concerning question.
Well,
How many have they had since
That's a
Selwood,
very
really?
legitimate question.
It just
Yeah,
occurred
Is
to me
Stevie
then.
Motlop the only one?
That's too mainboardish, but we'll allow it.
yeah, but my answer to that is
I think Bartel was the last rising star nomination.
you might want to stick your own finger up your ass because we are equal first on the ladder. So
No, you're not. You're third.
yes, equal first on the ladder, you stupid cunt.
No. Your percentage is not equal.
There's nothing equal about your percentage.
And speaking of who is on top of the ladder, let's go to Hawthorn, and they did it easy against Melbourne.
Honestly,
Game.
fuck Melbourne. They're a shit club. This is the only club in the AFL that their members voted to vote them out of existence. And fuck it, I wish they had, so we wouldn't have to put up with this shit on a week-to-week basis from...
Really, you want the Melbourne Hawks there, Penal?
No,
That's what would have happened.
no, because the
Yeah.
Hawthorn...
If Melbourne got their way, we would have the Melbourne Hawks right now.
Is that the
members
best?
That wasn't very well thought through there, obviously.
Yeah,
Grand old
I
flag,
can hear the sound of the
League.
track backing up.
yeah,
No.
maybe you need to
You'd be like going, go
Yeah.
number goo.
There's no...
I didn't want that to happen.
Members
I
did
didn't
not
want
want
that
to
to
merge.
happen.
What would have happened, what should have happened is the AFL said, okay, Melbourne, you don't want to be a team, we're removing you from the competition. And they should have just removed them from the competition back in...
Or just merged them with Hawthorn.
No, they shouldn't have merged them, they should have removed them so that we wouldn't have had to put up with this shit
But that's
defensive
not what they
brand.
voted for. They voted to
Yeah, I mean, but look on the bright side. If you'd become the Melbourne Hawks, you could have gone skiing halfway through the season.
and you could have Jack Watts.
You wouldn't have to play in Tassie because you'd be called Melbourne.
We're skiing down the goo.
We love our club and we love to lose.
Just
Sorry.
a minute. Jack
very-
Watts was
very
born to
happy-
goo. Born to
Very
goo.
happy with the current success that my
Jack Watts was born to play in piss and poo.
I'm very glad it didn't merge, but Melbourne should have been folded like Fitzroy. Shout out to
Oh, Roy Lyons.
Roy
gonna
Lyon.
get you.
Oh, you're shit.
He'll be
You
here
are
any minute
gonna,
now.
you're gonna wear it, and
He's
we
already
are gonna
after
have
Royals.
to. We're gonna have to infract you because you have gone beyond the pale.
All gone.
You're gone. Yep,
Gone.
you're gone.
Pretty sure I did fold though.
Melbourne. They don't deserve to be in this competition to Melbourne. They tanked, and there's still Melbourne supporters screaming out they need a priority pick this year. No, get stuffed. You play a shit defensive brand of footy, you deserve to lose.
No, I agree with Penal. Melbourne are that bad. They let Schoenmakers kick a goal.
Oh, serious?
Yeah,
Oh.
Yeah, they
Oh, seriously? Showmakers kicked a goal?
he did.
I'm convinced. Fuck Melbourne.
Oh,
Leave.
how shit a team are they?
I mean, he had 19 disposals in the first half, and he kicked 1 goal too.
Good.
Holy crap! Who knew Melbourne
Good.
was that bad?
That's
Yeah.
nearly
Good.
3 in one half of football. I mean, if that doesn't
Good.
that Melbourne
Good.
should fold,
Melbourne
Dude.
have made Schoenmaker look like a footballer. This is just horrible.
See, I think you've redeemed yourself there, Penal, because you screwed up your argument at the start there with
I didn't
the
screw it up.
Melbourne merger.
It's been folded. So the supporters didn't want a team. The Hawthorn supporters did. So AFL just fold Melbourne.
Yeah, but that's not how it was going to work. It would have been the Melbourne
No.
Hawks.
Yeah, it would have been the merger.
they would have got you one day. They've earned
Melbourne
themselves out of
Hawks.
existence. They would have
The
got you.
Hawthorn Demons.
Anyway, the last game that we haven't touched on was, well, North beat a shit team for once in rolling.
Yeah,
the
there's
Giants.
not much to
Steve
talk
all over
about this game, but
Frito lost his shit. That was
yeah, that was kind of funny. But from a personal point, it's nice to smash a shit team for a change rather than losing to one.
I seriously wish that you guys were in my tipping competition because you're all fun.
Oh, this is tipping
Because
good.
I tipped
Goo.
8 out of 9.
Goo.
How many?
Yeah, what's that have to do with North GWS?
Sorry.
I think everyone picked North.
Yeah, you really went out on
Oh, I know, but I'm just
Sorry.
getting...
Teach,
I'm
who'd you
getting
tip in the Rising Star again?
You fucking piss.
I think he
Clearly not a
some
Geelong
no-name Geelong player.
Was it Penal, Armstrong, or
Holland
Steady?
Smith?
Couldn't give a fat fuck if Geelong don't win the Rising Star and win the premiership. Like I give a fuck about that.
Yeah,
Hey, you got that ex-Melbourne
These guys-
player on your
these
list. You got
children
another rising
have-
star.
You should give a shit.
Why?
I'm calling it now. Geelong in 5 years will be as bad as St Kilda are now. Because they're terrible kids.
And
Yeah.
Hawkins will be like Revolt, except fat and slow.
Not biting. You can fuck off.
Speaking of fat and slow, we'll move on to the talking points, and
I'm not buying, but get fucked.
and we will begin with our first talking point. Will be our Hall of Fame nominee for this week. And Haduken, did you want to?
Oh yeah, sure. Now this is a Hall of Fame entry who has been beloved and posted in images many times. This entry is so prestigious that North Melbourne actually gave a car to Boomer Harvey just to appease the great beast. His wife, Mrs. Boomer. Welcome to the Trolling Hall of Fame.
Oink, oink.
Oink, oink.
Well done, Miss Piggy.
And
Did the car come with like a built-in kind of spit roasting machine or something? Or
I believe so, and they took the back seat completely out so she'd fit in.
I'm envisaging a Mr. Whippy van or something with a special spit roast fucking attachment just for her.
This is not right. She's a
Oh, come on.
Teach, come on.
And teachers whistling green sleeves.
Is Teach, are you a bit of a chubby chaser?
He just likes Mrs. Boomer. He's.
mate. At my age, you take.
He's going that soft surf.
But all right, let's moving on from Mrs. Boomer. Let's be serious.
You may even go a chalk top.
How was Boomer winning that raffle?
Oh, wow.
How was Boomer winning that raffle? That was just.
Dan,
Look,
was that
Boomer,
a draw that was open to members?
Was that a draw that was open to anyone? other than
I
Boomer?
can't confirm or deny other than saying that Boomer was a well-deserved winner and a
Worse
legit
than when
winner.
Brayshaw won.
Nothing dodgy at all. So good on him. And zoom.
That barrel looked like it had about 10 tickets in it, though.
It did.
Actually thought the barrel was Mrs.
That's-
Boomer for
There
a
was
second.
an
Five for every North
There was
member.
an uncut version where Brad Scott took all the tickets out and they all said, Boomer.
I like how he didn't give it back.
Yeah,
clearly rigged so he'd give the car back, and Boomer said, "No, fuck you."
Well, that's just the just tells you how selfish. I mean, he's got a reputation for being.
I know, but he just confirmed it in public, in the most public way possible.
Well,
I did like the Simpsons reference on that as well.
Oh yeah, who posted that?
That was Juice Titheridge.
Yeah, that was good.
Yeah, very good.
No, if you're a player and you win a car or something at a club, you give back the prize, surely.
You'd think so.
Yeah.
But he made some excuse.
That would be the
noble mate.
Nah, that's bullshit.
Yeah, but Boomer's not your average player. He's a special kind of cunt. He's going to keep that car.
Oh, yeah.
Speaking of being a little bit selfish and shifty with money, the New Zealand government taxing the St Kilda footballers and whoever else they played Brisbane this year for their game.
Do not go, bro. Do not collect $200,
This is a
bro.
clear rort. Okay, this is bullshit. Okay, the New Zealand government said, we're judging because it's an exhibition game. Bullshit. St Kilda does not play exhibition games of football. That is not football. They are exhibiting shitness, not football.
That's why we text him, bro.
They kept waiting for Rewell to
Still
score
some
a
form of
try.
exhibition.
Twitchy Kiwi cunts. What a bunch of fucking bullshit. I mean, you're going to tax them for coming over? Oh, what a bunch of wet
I think
nurses.
it's the
Really?
payback for the Kiwis not allowed to have the doll anymore in Australia.
Oh, fair enough. Yeah.
It's
I think St Kilda are alright with it because they've agreed to pay back 20 cents in the dollar of the tax on that. It's all good.
I'm actually going to side with New Zealand government on this for no reason. I just wanted to disagree with Teach.
Yeah. That's exactly
I
what
have
we
to
wanted
say
to
though, New Zealand
disagree with me.
government is the moral winners of this game.
I think that's everything on that. So we'll move on to, today was the big James Hird court case.
Ooh, didn't James Hird just throw Essendon under the bus?
Talking about great
the truth
So,
quotation
I
marks
just
is
like to
coming
draw
out. And
draw a small amount of attention to this statement that James Hird threw Essendon under the bus. Is
he
he in a court and is he answering questions under oath? So answering questions honestly is throwing him under the bus.
That's if you assume that he's answering the questions honestly,
Yeah,
and that
shut up.
he
Shut
never
up,
said he took
Haduken.
full responsibility, and he never said he wasn't going to
He's
coach them.
answering the questions honestly, which is exposing just how corrupt Essendon
Okay, I should warn you, strategy will probably listen to this. So are you implying that James Hird is a liar?
We're not afraid of strategy.
Most sociopaths are liars and can get away with
Let me think about that.
faking a lie detector test because they don't have feelings. Therefore,
I
what they say is what they believe.
I believe in James. This Kool-Aid is excellent, and I believe that, in fact, it's going to all turn out to have been Vlad at some point.
There's no light in James Hird's eyes. It's just 100% pure evil.
Yes.
No.
Yes.
So
This is
Duke,
one
that sounded
time
like
I can-
Scooby-Doo then. Like you're going to rip the judge's disguise off and it's going to be Vlad underneath. And
yeah, it was
I would
old
have gone
man
away
Vlad,
for this.
huh?
It wasn't your pesky kids.
This is one time that I will agree 100% with Penal is that James Hird is a lying fucking arsehole.
If James Hird was so honest and so whatever, and he was amazing and
nice
he didn't
guy.
lie, why is his Turak house that is up for sale,
It's an
just like the one he
investment property.
does live
He's
in?
selling it.
No. Why are they both only in Tanya's name? Would an innocent man put the
Oh, 'cause
house in
she's
his
a
wife's
lawyer.
name so
You
he
can't
can't be
trust her.
sued for it?
Well,
That's
she takes a lot of notes. So
Would an innocent man put his house completely in his wife's name? So
Unless you want to cop it from behind.
Well,
reckon
look,
that's the
I
deal.
can't comment on the nature of the Hird's last wife, other than I assume it's apparently well augmented by Milana Tan, and he's going really well. Look, James is a club legend, okay? I will cut you if you mess with him.
I come at
You can't prick him. You prick him with something sharp.
You're like that Eagles fan with Cox at
this
the
point-
game a few weeks ago.
I just like to point out it's day one of the court case, and we're fucking winning. Okay, there's
No,
just
you're
less
not.
to
No,
go.
you're not.
Way to go, but we're winning. I'm telling you now. I'm calling it now. We'll win this case. There you go.
Who's we
I'm-
though? Because no, hang on. Who
The
is we?
The
The Essendon Football Club or James Hird? Which one is the we?
They're not one and the same. James Hird has made that very clear.
Exactly. So who is the we here, Haduken?
Eventually, there will be a healing time, and we will all come together.
You didn't answer the
Okay.
question.
my Lord, kumbaya.
I honestly don't know, but the Essendon Football Club will eventually rise. We'll win the premiership, and fuck you. There we go.
He will not
Probably in
come
that
back
order.
after that. He's gone and challenged and he's been on the stand. Separate, clearly it's a James Hird exercise, not an Essendon one. Why did he need to be there?
Challenging David Evans, and David Evans was silly and listened to Andrew. No one listens to Andrew and lives. That's
But
how.
what was he
Shut
doing
up.
there? He didn't need to be there to defend the players, so he's there and he's talking on behalf of himself. And he's just gone and said, right, where everyone sees it, that the club made him do this and he was pressured into doing this. He's
And
played
that
the
was-
Nuremberg defence, so I'm taking orders.
He definitely has, and it was interesting because
Except he
was
didn't actually
last up,
murder
so
any Jews, so it's probably worth.
Yeah,
You
but
can't play the
that-
Nuremberg defence either when you are Hitler. It's not how it
And
works.
you've got
Bird might have
this-
murdered
oh,
his
God.
players by injecting untested drugs into them. It's arguable that what Hurd did was worse than what.
What drugs
I
is
won't
you don't
go
want
there.
to go there.
I won't go
AOD,
there.
AOK.
Not just
Remember?
that, the mother who
Thank you,
called in
Zach.
and cried
You're a
was
legend.
rumoured to be Steinberg mother, and that's a Jewish name.
It was not Steinberg's mother. Or what's her name? Sarah? Come on. That is seriously. Eddie Maguire is a
Another
fuck.
Jewish name.
You're
Oh, come on,
anti-Semitic,
Robbo.
Haduken. You are. Yeah. You're racist.
I still can't
I'm just
get
going to
over.
put out a call to all my
You killed
brothers out
Jesus,
there.
Haduken.
I believe
Yes,
in you
you
guys.
did,
We're
yes.
going to get through this.
Evil.
The time of healing and saving
Gonna
is
be
coming
in a good
upon us.
place, 'cause
We are moving to the good place now. We're being taken up. It's great.
This
It doesn't
like
look
in,
that way thus far.
We'll see.
Shut up, bitch. You're going to get slapped.
having to tell someone it's going to be okay when it's not. When you know it's not, they know it's not, but you're telling them it's okay anyway. And I still can't get over the fact that he said Essendon are going to win the flag this year. I mean, that Kool-Aid must be really strong. Because Essendon are less likely to win the flag this year than Geelong are likely to win the fucking Rising Star this year.
Ooh, hang on. We're still in the race for that. Geelong aren't in the race for the Rising Star. Come on.
You give a fuck about the Rising Star. We're going to fucking kick your ass in the premiership race.
Be at peace, Mason and brothers. Be
Oh,
at peace.
dear.
We will get through this.
Let's move on to someone who won't be in a good place because, well, he went and lied to his club after getting into a fist fight.
Oh, Mitch.
Oh,
How fucking stupid is that guy?
If there was any doubt over who is the stupidest AFL player in the in the league, I think Mitch is going to put that to bed, well and truly.
I don't know. Vitamins McVeigh is still up there.
He doesn't play anymore. Come on.
Fractured cheekbone, and he told the club it had happened sparring. Like the club would know.
Oh, I banged into a door. I'm sorry.
See, that would be believable because they'd be like, yeah, Mitch.
Yeah, Mitch doesn't know where he's walking, but no, he did it sparring with someone. That means he's got to be sparring with someone at the club.
So
Someone
was it
would
the
have had to have
story
witnessed that.
he got whacked and basically left Garlett to get his head kicked in?
Is that the story?
That's the story that
Well,
he
I
got
haven't
whacked
actually
and
heard
then
anything
Dick-
about the incident
culture.
itself, other than that
I-
they got into a punch on.
Oh,
What a
the
dopey
story I heard
fucker.
was he got
Why
whacked
did
and
he
then
do that?
ran away.
and he didn't tell the truth about it either.
Oh,
Idiot.
actually, do you know what?
Idiot.
I'm going to go out on a limb here. I've had a thought about this. Maybe actually Mitch Robinson is probably only the second stupidest person in the AFL because there is still Toby Green. That dude is a dumbass.
Yeah, but at least
That's-
Toby Green
Mitch
can
has
play
runs
football.
on the board though. He's got a lot of incidents. This one's just the one that's going to sink him, it seems.
Yeah.
And
Plus,
there's that James Albert Heard.
Toby
bloke.
Green's disposal is slightly better. Only slightly.
But yeah, sparring was a pretty silly excuse, and we do have the top 5 excuses he should have used that would have probably got him off the hook. So number 5, Bender.
He did it himself to take the focus off his ears.
Number 4, Teach.
Well, he wanted to meet Rihanna, but Campbell Brown said no.
Number 3, Haduken.
Someone stole his banjo and he wanted to make them squeal like a pig. Props, you guys. Props.
Number 2, Dane.
Beloved Susie made a racist comment to Garlett in which Robson stood up for him and she then kicked him in the face with her hoof.
Angry horse.
Angry horse,
And
yes.
number 1, Ant.
He was lurk-liking on the Carlton board.
Oh,
That gets a snap.
criminal offence.
Don't lurk like. Lurk,
No,
but don't like.
Don't
you
you
dare
lurk
lurk like on the Carlton board. Don't you dare do it.
All right, we'll move on to this week on the Bay. We'll quickly go through this. Did we have a thread of the week?
I quite liked Zanman's effort because it exposed how fucking corrupt the AFL was in their umpiring of the Geelong game.
Oh, well, actually, since you mentioned Zanman, I wanted to nominate him for Flog of the Week. Did anyone else agree with that?
What did he do?
He melted over Fremantle.
Oh, I did actually.
It happened.
I
It happened too late at night. Only obviously after you deleted the posts.
If
Yeah,
Plugger
that's
the
true.
Melt
Plug
the week.
had a bit of a mini melt as well.
No, I think Zanman's was decent, but yeah, the post had to disappear,
It's
unfortunately.
a choice between Zanman and Plugger, isn't it?
Give it to Zan.
Yeah, Zanman, I'd say.
Plugger's line of we're the best wooden spooners ever. I mean, that's just pure St Kilda gold, isn't it?
We can give Plugger the moral flog of the week and Zanman the real.
That is
Oh, that's
He's the
good,
best
that's good.
poster not to win Flog of the Week.
Hey, at least he didn't come third.
All right, we'll go back to Thread of the Week. Penal wanted to nominate Zanman's effort.
Honourable mention to Hodgepodge's similar thread.
Free kick Geelong. I liked that one, but I got to nominate Westy Bogan's game day thread, Essendon versus Asada today. I thought that was very amusing all through the morning. Just the footy
reviewed
analogies
it.
related to the case.
I've reviewed it, and
I'm
it
enjoying
was
the-
occasionally a little bit funny. I'll give him that.
And I'm also enjoying the St Lenny Hayes farewell tour of duty.
You're
Actually,
just
that
kicking
was-
Plugger in the head like he's a Fremantle player and you're Steve Johnson.
What about the
Poor Plugger.
the latest addition to Ugak's thread, the Geelong thread,
The mega
which was
board.
a mega Monopoly board?
Yeah, what the hell was
Did my
that?
head in. Oh, I couldn't.
There's just that many Geelong
How do you
supporters.
play on that board?
Well,
Oh,
you follow the
it's
arrows,
everywhere.
man, and you buy every fucking property.
with everything except youth.
I think the
No,
roads.
I was
on-
everywhere. I'm like Teach, and I'm like Tyler Durden. I'm everywhere.
Yeah, you got a blue square, Teach.
Yeah, I did. I got multiple squares, but Jesus, I couldn't get my head around how you work your way around that board.
I think the roads, like turning right and going straight ahead on that board, the roads are meant to symbolise the roads out of Geelong, which is the only good thing about Geelong.
The blue square's on that, though. Admittedly, you don't quite have a blue square like myself or Haduken, to spill some goo, or Dane have one, because, you know, there were 5 people who got Geelong blue squares.
I was going to say, actually, it's kind of the granny flat of Park Lane, I believe, is probably the equivalent there. It's, you know,
I'm looking forward to the Hawthorn board. That's going to be the last one.
But yeah, it's thread of the week. So yeah, we've got Westy Bogan's thread, Zamman's thread, Plugger's Melt, or Ugak's. What are we going for?
Has LW's thread been nominated?
Oh, the little big dog, the life of
Yeah.
big dog, the little campaigner that
Oh, yeah, that's
the
pretty.
Robbo thread.
That's a good thread, yeah.
Yeah, do we want to give it to that then?
actually,
Yeah, let's
let's go
give
with
it
that
to
one.
Yeah, give it.
Honourable mention to that Westy Bogan one. That was funny.
Yeah, I thought it was good.
It was
If
fun.
we're going to give people thread of the week, we should actually have a what's it called?
Prefix?
Spit it out.
Yeah, prefix. Yeah. Shut up.
Spit it out like you would your strawberry milk, Dane.
Yeah, that's great. That's hilarious.
Now,
I genuinely try to come up with a good idea, and you guys just shoot me down with this bullshit bloody Dane strawberry milk.
What I enjoy
I
most
thought it was
about it
good.
is it's funny that Fyfie made the mistake, but you're going to bear the brunt of it for as long as you remember.
Thanks, Fyfie. What have I ever done to you, Fyfie? Other than
Fyfie's
make
like
fun of
Teflon.
your
He
height?
gets on the Tiggy train, yet he gets away with it. But you,
Hey, I didn't go to one game and we're still talking about it. 15 weeks later.
Teflon Tiggy train Fyfie.
And just on last week's poll, who is the better leader? 10% said Andrew Swallow in dead last.
Yeah, that's a piss take poll. That's not to be taken.
Votes for Andrew Swallow weren't.
12.5% said Joel Selwood, 12.5% said Nick Maxwell, and 65% said Jack Watts. So his leadership qualities outweighs the
Oh, I
other
don't
three
give a shit what the
combined.
debate think.
Moving to next week, we'll do these real quick. Carlton Geelong on the Friday night.
Pussycats.
Yeah, cats.
Carlton.
I tell you what, you fucking cunt, I want you in my tipping competition next year because I would strip you down.
I'd kick you in the head.
I'm sorry, but Geelong just aren't that good. I mean, they played Fremantle. That's a team that lost to St Kilda by 10 goals, and they could only beat them by 2 points, and that was with significant umpire help.
Okay, come on, Teach, deliver your smackdown.
Cats are going to win, and the week after we'll beat the fucking Hawks, and then we'll beat Brisbane, and we'll finish top of the ladder. Fuck you, Penal.
All right, I'm going to go Carlton purely because I think Mick Malthouse is a angry cunt, and he'd love nothing better than to screw up the final series. So
Fucking ant, you joking?
no,
All right, Sydney St Kilda. Does
No.
anyone pick St Kilda?
Oh, no way.
No.
there's
Yeah,
not a
just throw
morals
that out.
chance in hell.
Yeah.
Sydney.
They won't even win the free... Well, they will get the moral victory because the AFL loves to look after Sydney, but yeah, that's about all they'll get out of this game.
Enjoy this game, Ben.
Yeah, of all the teams that they're playing, they'd play the shittest one in the fucking
If you're
league.
lucky. Actually, isn't
You get to watch St Kilda play
Yeah.
a game. and
Awesome.
choke them.
you can wave hi to Dookie or something in the crowd. She might be there. That'd be about it.
Who?
Doothy. Didn't she
Was it that
originally-
game that she met him at, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was the Sydney game.
Yeah. Yeah, so maybe, yeah, might be able to get some slutty schoolgirl going. Who knows?
Mr. Aaron likes this. Gold Coast versus
What is Von gonna
Port
be there?
at
Oh.
Metricon.
Jack
Who?
attack, actually.
I shaved my gooch.
Gold Coast Port, both are on the slide. Port should win.
I'm going to back the Gooch Coast.
Yeah, I'm gonna go for. I'm gonna go for Port.
Well, draw. Both teams are just out of form. No one wants to win this game. No one will win this game. It'll be a draw.
What for me?
Port.
Port for mine.
All right, probably the game of the round. Essendon West Coast at Etihad.
West Coast.
Ooh. Game.
West
Good
Coast.
game. Essendon for mine.
I'm sucked in. West Coast are a little bit red hot with their goal kicking at the moment. I think they'll win.
My brother Essendon supporters. Flush with victory from our court appearance.
Shut up, idiot, just to give us a tip.
Essendon will destroy West Coast with love, with beauty in their hearts.
With love.
With love.
With love. We bring
the hell
you
is
love.
this?
How do you
Bring you love.
defeat someone
Gooeyest
with love?
smackdown ever.
This is the new Essendon. This is the new beautiful, innocent, guilt-free Essendon, raising up above everything. And yeah, we'll probably win by about 35.
I don't want to see a rape out there, so you better behave yourselves.
Is what's his face, Rubberneck playing?
Darling,
Yeah, that's one.
Probably, yes.
The bobblehead.
he's been playing all right.
Hurley will kill him. Yeah, okay.
Anyway,
Smack him
Bender,
like a
what do you
caddy.
reckon?
I don't think the Eagles can keep up the good form for more than 2 weeks in a row. I think Essendon will get over top them. And anyway, we're the original druggies, so psycho balls.
Yeah, well, West Coast will win, and for the Essendon supporters who will be bemoaning the end of their season after this game, shh, no tears, only dreams.
What the fuck does that mean?
You fucking psychopath, man.
This is the second
Last
game in
week
a row
you
where
choked-
Penal has convinced me. I'm tipping West Coast all the way.
Next game, Collingwood versus the Bryans at the MCG.
Easy, Collingwood.
I'm
Next.
thinking Collingwood.
Collingwood 80 plus, Rockcliffe to get 40 meaningless possessions.
This will be pretty close. Like, both teams are really, really bad, so Collingwood will only win by like 3 goals.
Collingwood.
Pies.
Collingwood by 10 goals.
Adelaide versus Richmond over at Adelaide Oval.
The Tiggy train's going to roll on. And are you going to go
Tiggy's
Fyfie?
rain.
No,
Why not?
Why? What if you were given free tickets?
it's in fucking Adelaide.
It's free tickets though.
What if you were given free flights and accommodation?
Oh yeah, I'd probably do it then. Not Sue's, come on.
Oh, I don't know.
Well, we're going to ask you next week if you went.
Yeah, no, it's relevant. We have to ask.
We're holding you to it.
I'm not going. I don't have free tickets or free
You could
flights.
catch a train.
Oh, okay, too.
He's not Beach.
Richmond, I think will win.
Don't hang shit on me. What are you talking about?
Adelaide.
Crows.
If this was at Etihad, I'd tip Adelaide, but it's not, so...
I think they'll be struggling after the hot conditions they played in and had to work hard, even though they won by 105 points.
Sanderson had a whinge about that. I mean, what will this guy not whinge about?
They should have closed the roof, Brad Scott.
First it was the showdown jumpers, and now it's this.
Yeah, Richmond.
Adelaide.
I reckon it will probably this one will be match of the round. To be honest, it's going to be close.
And Fyfie.
I want Richmond to win, but I'm tipping Adelaide.
North versus the Doggies at Etihad. This is the North game they dropped.
Doggies
big
will
game,
win this
big
one.
game.
I think the
All the
Dogs
way.
too.
Yep.
Sneaky chance.
Bontempelli to rip off their heads and shit down their necks.
Drew
We think,
Petrie
man.
will flak track the shit out of the Bulldogs. He looks forward to playing 2 teams, Richmond and the Bulldogs. He'll kick 6+.
Griffin will show Swallow what leadership is.
No, he won't. Norf.
And should I go down to the river and get the keys and try and...
No, you
man,
can't. No, you can't keep doing this, Teach. Abandoned that wagon so many times. Just let it die.
All right, go on. So
Let it die.
I'm tipping the Bulldogs then.
Put it in Sousa's backyard. We'll cover it in film.
All right,
Never
you
see
done,
it
you
again.
dickheads? We're going to kick him in the fucking head.
Bulldogs will win this one pretty easily. North won't turn up.
Harsh, but ultimately correct.
North for me.
Oh, I jump on the Bulldogs because I'm not allowed to kickstart the bandwagon.
So you can tip North. You just got to leave the wagon out
Yeah,
of
just
it.
gotta
Instead.
leave the wagon.
Yeah, leave it alone.
Don't have to be on a bandwagon to tip a team, Teach.
You can't be Dr.
If you-
Frankenstein and keep bringing
None of
it-
us are going to jump on a Geelong bandwagon, but we tipped them against Carlton, except for
Yeah.
Penal.
If,
Well,
if, you,
okay, well,
I
I'll
tip
go with
Carlton.
I thought there was some.
if you keep trying to kickstart this bandwagon, you're going to have to collect another bloody $50 from each player in Monopoly for the insurance premiums.
Anyway, if that's everything on that one, we'll go to the battle for the spoon, or to be safe for the spoon, Melbourne GWS. I think the Giants.
Two shits about this game.
Giants will beat them.
Hang on. How is this the battle for the spoon when St Kilda's not?
No, to avoid the spoon in case St Kilda fluke one. The loser of this game will win the spoon if St Kilda fluke one.
I reckon the Saints will win this.
But it's not.
Well, you just said. Oh, well, I got it wrong, did I?
Yes.
Oh, teach.
Sorry.
GWS
Saints are
Melbourne.
playing Sydney, mate.
GWS
Oh,
Melbourne.
fuck.
You reckon Saints will win that one?
They're going to get slaughtered.
GWS for me.
Sorry, I didn't even look at it. So, yeah, St Kilda are going to get absolutely.
St Kilda aren't playing, you idiot.
GWS
We're talking
Melbourne.
about the GWS Melbourne game, Teach.
All right, I'll put my tip in because Teach is too fucking stupid to work it out. GWS will win this by 10 goals because Melbourne are shit. Melbourne will become the first team to lose to GWS twice in one season, and as a result, Melbourne will fold like they should have done 18 years ago.
See, that works because it's not the Melbourne Hawks.
Exactly.
Yeah, I'm back in the falafels.
Where's it being played?
I will go.
MCG.
I will go with Penal with that after my massive fuck up, and I agree that there is no way that St Kilda will win this.
It's not getting played at Etihad, so I don't think Adelaide are going to win. So I'm going to tip GWS.
Oh, this is just degenerated.
Melbourne.
Oh yeah, GWS for me.
So what did Teach end up tipping just so he can't fucking weasel out of it next
He
week?
tips
St
St Kilda to
Kilda.
lose.
He tipped potato.
That's how Sue's won the jelly bean guessing
Sue's.
contest.
If you tip Suze, you lose.
Alright, I'm just going to assume everyone tipped and we'll move on to the last game, which is the Poofs versus Hawthorn.
I think St Kilda will win this one.
Hawthorn will win even without Roughhead.
I think Fyfie won't go, and I'm going to tip Hawthorn in a close one.
Well, if this was at Etihad, Adelaide would win, but it's not. Adelaide are bad. I think Hawthorn will win. I think Hawthorn will win this by about 8 goals. I'm looking forward to the much-anticipated matchup of Crowley tagging Liam Shields, but I think Shields is just too good for Crowley and Hawthorn to get it done easily.
Is there no Roughhead and no Gunston?
Probably no Gunston.
Correct. Hang on, is Roughhead contesting or is he?
I think
He
he's
will
accepting.
probably contest he will probably contest it because there's no second week to risk.
Well, I've got Kachingo on him to win the Coleman, so I hope he contests it.
And the good thing about playing Freo is Pav is finished, which means there's no tall forwards to kick a bag on Schoenmakers.
Imagine if Chris Mayne did.
Oh,
Yeah,
is
that'll be
Schoenmakers playing?
Throw
Who's
Zach
he
Dawson
playing?
forward, watch him kick a back.
Oh.
No,
I think Ballantyne's going to kick a bag on Showmakers, and Freo's going to win.
Hawthorn will win by 23 points because they've just got a much better midfield than Fremantle. So Hawthorn will win by 23.
Hawthorn will win.
Yeah, I'm sadly gone Freo.
I noticed Teach was pumping up Hawthorn's midfield. I bet Freo fans were wishing they'd picked Deledio instead of Mundy on Saturday night.
And this was the Flogcast for round 21. Fyfie joined by Dane.
It's Dan, you idiot. D-A-N.
E.
Hey,
No, fuck off.
And
Lieutenant Dane.
Lieutenant Dane. You got no legs, Lieutenant Dane.
Haduken.
Stand strong, my brothers. We will persevere.
Go.
Teach.
Shut up, Haduken, you fucked.
Penal.
No tears, only dreams. And I think St Kilda will win this week, and see you next week.
Soon as you lose.
And joining us again for the first time this year,
Yay, Bender's back.
Bender.
Joining
Bender!
Yay.
joining us
Thanks,
again
guys.
for the first
Cheers.
time.
For this year.
But it's the second time he's joined us for the first time this year.
Yeah.
First being last year.
On your Ben Dane.